Hey everybody, and welcome to What Happens Next. I am one of your hosts, Thomas.
I'm Amber.
And I'm Patrick.
And this week we have a very special episode for you. It's Hereditary.
Yeah, not looking forward to it.
Alright, so welcome back. Oh man. So this is a special episode we're going to do today. All three of us have not watched this movie. We just watched the trailer though. So three of us are going to go around the room and kind of just converse for a little bit about what we think this fucking movie looks like it's about. Watch the movie and then you can hear our final thoughts on how hopefully we made a better movie than what this looks like, because oof is a word that comes to mind. So Amber, you want to go first?
I think the movie is about, so obviously the grandmother or the main character's mom has just passed away.
Yeah.
And seems like she's involved in some kind of witchcraft or something like that.
Okay.
And so she's obviously not, well, I think she's not really dead, and she's trying to put herself into either her daughter or into her granddaughter to continue living forever.
That's
so
a good one.
That's a good one. I could see that. Like she's... Oh shit, what if that's what the dolls were for? She's like putting her soul into dolls.
Yeah,
just to
and she's
hang
like
there.
transferring her soul into different like vessels, which is like obviously only women. So
I don't know, there was that random dude who
I
was smashed his head.
know.
Like, who the
Yeah.
fuck is that?
Grandson.
Oh,
yeah, I think
plot
that's the
twist?
son, but I don't
Wait,
know why it
son.
seems like they're trying to kill him off. Maybe because she's a witch and she doesn't like men.
Well, that's sort of lazy. I mean, the trailers from the producer of The Witch. You're just gonna make another witch movie? It's not a sequel? What the fuck is that?
Yeah. But
Oh,
I definitely
jeez.
think it's that she's trying to like,
Okay.
yeah.
So you think this movie's gonna end with them succeeding or not? Like, do you think they're gonna get the witch dead, or you think this is gonna like, nope, she's gonna take over the kid?
I don't know.
I think she's
It
gonna
would
take
be
over
cool
the
if she succeeds, but like all
kid.
horror films, she doesn't.
I think
Or
my
the
idea would be that she succeeds, but like is lying about it, and there's gonna be some special, like the girl's not over there anymore, and it's just
Yeah.
like, oh shit, it's the grandma. Oh, that's a really good one. I don't know if I could top that. Patrick, what do you got?
I think it's all in her head. Everything that happens in the movies in the main character's head, and she's going to wake up in the psychiatric institute.
Oh fuck, that's a cheap one.
I know
that
it's
is a cheap one.
I know it's cheap,
That's
but
cheap.
I'm not a big fan of these type of movies because I don't believe in all that. So
Yeah.
But no, I think it's just going to be like acting out a play within her head, and she's describing it to her psychiatrist, and then she wakes up of some sort. But maybe still possessed by the mother.
Oh fuck. And what if the grandmother mother isn't actually her mother? It's the fucking doctor that she's been talking to the whole time.
Kind of like almost like a Shutter Island effect there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And she's like what's the main actress's name in this?
Toni Collette.
Toni Collette. Yeah, she's over here like, you're just trying to get in my head and control me. Boom. And that's why she visualizes her as the evil witch mother.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a very good point too.
Can we talk about for a minute, like, what the fuck is with the clicking? Because what the shit? And second, the cutting that dead pigeon's head off?
Yeah, that is.
But then we also see that with the dolls too. Like their
Yeah.
heads are cut off,
Little,
or at least the boy's head is cut off.
Yeah.
Psychopath.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Oh, God. All right. right, so what do I got? I don't think I could top either of those, honestly. It's just, I'm not the biggest horror movie buff. Like, a horror movie to me has got to be really good. Like, I like The Thing, and that's a horror movie. It's great to me. But, I mean, like, when you go less than that, it's trash. Like, I just can't. I just can't get behind, unless it's so cheesy, like, you know, old Nightmare on Elm Street or something like that, where it's just so absurdly cheesy, where it's like, this is enjoyable because it's dumb, but it's not scary. Oh, man, so what, this movie, I think this movie's going to be basically, like, she has this daughter, and she has an overbearing mother who's really, like, controlling of her kid and all this shit. And I think Toni Collette's going to be just like, oh, this is fine because it's sort of a load off my shoulders. I don't have to worry about this kid. And you're going to go
obviously has something
wrong with that kid.
Yeah.
I don't know what's supposed to be wrong with that kid, but there's something wrong with that kid.
Yeah.
So she's going to be doing this, and she's going to be like, oh, this is great because my kid has this problem, but, you know, it's a load off me. I don't care. And then the grandma's gonna die, and Toni Collette's gonna be like, fuck, like, what if, you know, now I have to actually take care of this kid, this sucks. So I think it's gonna turn into, like, a horror version of a movie where you now have, like, a mother-daughter bonding movie. You know what? Freaky Friday, but, like, a horror movie. That's what I'm thinking it's gonna The grandmother does, like, some switcheroo bullshit, where it's like because based on the end of that trailer, they're switching faces.
Yeah.
The grandmother's like, in order to understand each other's problems, swap, and flips them, and now you have to deal with learning how the other one lives. But it's scary. I don't fucking know. It's scary somehow. This movie looks like it's gonna be a steaming pile. I'm not really sure. I mean, like, that trailer gives you nothing.
Yeah.
At least other movies, they're like, oh, this is the bad guy, this is the monster. And this one's just like, your grandma was really scary. I think she might have been a witch. And you click. And there's this random other dude.
Who doesn't look like your son.
Nope. The guy does not look like any of those
Does her
people.
daughter literally live in a treehouse?
Yeah, what the fuck is
that
going
was
on?
that
Yeah,
scene.
her bedroom was a treehouse.
Well, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if that was, like, Toni Collette's fucking house. Like, she's just like, your room is that half of the treehouse, and my room is that half of the treehouse, and go make sure you could bring us a nice juicy pigeon home so we can have dinner tonight. I don't fucking know. It just looks weird.
It does.
All those reviews, too, they're like 4 or 5 stars, like bone chilling, this generation's Exorcist. I'm like, you are hyping this movie?
Yeah, it's a little over the top.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, God. All right. Well, any other thoughts of how this movie's gonna go?
The grandmother was training the granddaughter to be a serial killer.
Oh.
Yeah, or some powerful
Whoa.
demon, witch,
Fake
whatever you want to
witch.
call it. Fake
Air
witch.
quotes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Air quote. Oh, fuck. What if it's like the grandmother just believes in all that stuff, but never actually was able to do it, but, like, can?
Yeah.
Yeah, possesses some, like...
Yeah, she has, like, some inherent actual witch ability, and because the grandma was like, I'm evil and I'm going to be a witch, I'm going to show you how to do this, and so she shows her how to do it, and she can actually, like, you know, make those birds fly into the window and for some fucking reason do that. Which I just say, like, during that trailer, when you hear that one girl in the classroom of what looked to be like they're supposed to be, I don't know, 11, 12-year-old kids. This one girl who sounds like she's much older than everybody, and is just like, oh my god, what? Oh my god. I'm just like, what the fuck? It's just like, why did you do that? Why have that girl be in there yelling, oh my god, that bird, did anybody just see that? Did anybody's like, yes, fucking
Yeah,
Stacey.
you probably didn't need anybody saying anything at that point, just like all of them just like staring at the window, like, or even saying like, whoa, like.
I would love some kids say, man, that Jared knows how to clean windows.
Yeah, that was a very,
Yo,
it left an imprint
that
on
Windex
there.
really works.
Yeah.
I actually, you know what? It seems like that. I just want the one guy. Sounds like he's sitting in the back far corner of the room, who just yells like, "Oh, fuck!" And the teacher, you just hear the teacher like, "Jeremy, stop that!" And they just kind of like scurry off to the corner, and all the kids are staring at the window like, "Oh, but fuck, really? Like, look at this shit. This bird just killed
and then
itself."
the girl goes outside and she just takes a pair of scissors. And
No, I wanted to actively ask the teacher, like, "Ma'am, can I borrow some scissors?" The teacher's
is that how
like,
you think she talks?
"Oh, fuck
If she
that."
talks at all.
Could you imagine if she talks like that SpongeBob episode where every guy goes in between each word? And
Yeah.
she's like, "I would like to talk to you about borrowing."
We might not
some-"
make it through the movie.
Yeah.
Oh god, could you imagine 2 hours and 6 minutes of fucking that the whole time?
2 hours?
This movie's about 2 hours and 6 minutes long, I think. It's a little bit longer than some others we've done. Yeah, so get ready for that ride. I'm glad that we're not doing only bad movies like other podcasts do. I think I'd lose my mind.
Yeah. After Con.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
Very difficult.
Yeah, after Con. That was a rough one. But you know, yeah, it was just... Oy. Alright, so, friends, shall we give it a go? Or do we have any
Yeah.
other thoughts we'd like to throw at this movie before we...
Did you hear there were werewolves somehow in this movie?
Yes, I did hear there were werewolves. I heard this was... I don't even fucking know where I heard this.
Heard what?
There's this movie somehow revolves around werewolves, which to me, now that you remind me, Patrick, would make a lot of sense. Like Hereditary werewolves. Your grandma was a werewolf, but like Toni Collette's not a werewolf because it skips a generation for some bullshit reason, and then the daughter is a werewolf, and it's just Toni Collette. It's a coming-of-age movie for the daughter becoming a werewolf.
Yeah.
And Toni Collette's like, "Fuck, what?" And then daughter's like, "Grandma told me this was always going to happen. So here's some shit that we need to go down through. Otherwise I'm..." And then she turns into a monster before she ever gets the chance to tell the mom, "This is what you're supposed to do to make sure everything's cool."
Yeah.
And she just becomes a werewolf, and you got some sequences of that
And she
shit.
still goes.
Oh no,
as a
she's
werewolf.
she's like hunting in the woods, and Toni Collette has resigned herself to be like, "I have to take her out." And so she has the gun with the silver bullets in there because the grandpa had them locked in a chest just in case. And she's walking around the woods, it's dark, and you just hear and it's just all this crazy shit. And you know what? I'm starting to think that Werewolf Hereditary looks and sounds a lot better than at least the trailer for this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's make some more werewolf movies. I feel like we only made that one with Benicio del Toro a while back, and it just kind of fizzled. Was that Benicio del Toro?
Yeah.
Oh, it was.
The Wolfman?
The Wolfman.
That didn't do very well.
No.
Another dark universe reach on Universal's part.
Yeah. Not the best.
Mm-mm. Well, that whole dark universe thing's not the best.
No. Fuck Tom
Jesus
Cruise.
Christ, that mummy. Oh, God. It's like everyone's trying,
Yeah.
but it just ain't there. Oh, jeez. Don't watch that movie. You don't probably have to watch this movie, but you will get some kick-ass commentary in this movie. You've probably, hopefully, learned that we do this, and we have a good couple ones. We did one special for John Wick. We maybe skipped Con, but this is going to be a good, solid commentary. We've never seen this movie before. All of us are pretty much at the same level. We've watched the trailer. We've heard some mixed things about this movie. Right now, I think I'm going to throw it out there. Sixth Sense Expanded Universe.
Oh, I fucking hope not.
It's
I
the
don't
mom.
see it.
It's the mom. She could be, she ran away after, Haley Joel Osment,
Yeah.
I don't know, kicked it or something, and then she has another kid, and she's like, "Fuck, this kid's crazy too."
Well, she's crazy in herself. The way she was doing, building those figurines for the dollhouse. Let's be honest with that one.
Yeah, no, she looks like a nutter with
Yeah.
that. Which, that's another thing. Is she building those, or is the grandma building those?
No, she's definitely
Yeah,
building
she's definitely.
those.
She had the whole eye
Right.
magnifying glass.
Yeah,
Right.
that's definitely her job.
What kind of fucking job is that?
Thing. Well, her husband probably makes
Selling
enough
them
money
on
for her to do
Etsy.
that.
Oh my god! Hereditary, the Etsy store.
I'm a homemaker, but
I'm a homemaker, literally. I build houses that are tiny and put people inside them.
Yep.
Fuck, that'd be great.
And it transfers souls from one person to another.
Holy shit. Ensure that your loved ones never die by having homemaker.
Catch that as the next
Yeah.
TV series.
Oh my god. That'd be... Every time it's like, how did a person die? Psychic investigator Toni Collette. she sees the person in her dreams, and then she makes a figurine out of them, and then has to figure out why she made a figurine out of them, and it's always somebody who just got murdered, and then she has to figure out what the fuck
Yeah.
happened.
or I know like in the show Sharp Objects.
Yeah.
Not to spoil anything, sorry.
Sharp
But-
Objects plug. Turn it off if you haven't seen it yet.
But is it Amy Adams? Yeah,
Yeah.
the main character, Amy Adams. So her sister does the same thing where she makes houses, but she makes them out of human stuff. So she'll pull teeth like out of her victims,
Yeah.
and she'll make the floor out of teeth.
That's like the one scene I remember watching.
Yep.
You know, that would be a better...
It would
I
be,
just feel
and
like
it's
all
not
of
gonna
these-
be that. It's not
No.
because this movie is
This
not
doesn't
that
look
great.
like Oh, God. She's making... Yeah, like a scene where one of her customers runs in and stops another prospective customer from buying a dollhouse and just says, "Don't do it! It's made out of people!"
Like
And
the
then-
curtains are just made out of flesh, or
Oh. They're woven from human hair. You know what? I could get behind the Toni Collette dollmaker PI. That'd work. There was a time for that in the early 2000s with the psychic, crazy
Yeah.
detective biz. Oh, jeez. Well, I think that's peak commentary on that. So, join us, if you will, in our commentary track. Check out our website for details. As we watch for the first time, each of us, the possibly werewolf movie, fingers crossed, Hereditary. It's going to be a few minutes for you, maybe a click and a half, and it's going to be a grand total of 2 hours and 6 minutes. Well, gang, let's get ready to rumble.
let's do it.
What the fuck was that? That... Jesus Christ.
You people in Hollywood, the movies you make, man, just fucking stop. Just
Well,
stop.
well, guess what rating it got?
Okay, what?
88% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Like
Scott-
Rotten did it, or the people that liked it, like the critic.
Like
Rotten
reviewer?
Tomatoes.
wow,
Oh,
Rotten
of course
Tomatoes,
they
go jump out your window.
Yeah, fuck this noise. Oh my god.
And it was a box office success. I don't really remember the numbers, but it was like a budget of like, well, the budget was pretty low for this.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Went to
Yeah.
all the fucking houses.
Yeah, it went to those damn models, like
yeah,
the time.
basically. And they did it at like maybe 2 locations, the school and the house.
Yeah.
So,
Jesus
and then
Christ.
Joanne's place. But yeah, that was,
That was a pile of shit.
it was.
Every iteration of what we made up was better than that.
Yeah.
So, for all of you listening to this podcast, one, not a werewolf to be found in the entire movie.
Yeah.
So, if you're in for a werewolf movie, get set to be really fucking disappointed like I was No werewolves. In fact, this movie, if we were to talk about it like our other episodes, we could have skipped a solid, I think it was 45 minutes before anything.
I'd go hour and a half.
Oh my god. This movie's 2 hours long, took 45 minutes to start the supernatural shit, and then another, like, half an hour or more, for another, like, 45 minutes before it actually started getting into anything like horror movie. The whole beginning of this is a half-assed fucking family drama where the mom's mother dies, or the grandmother dies, and everyone's kind of not cool with it. And then you get the older brother, her son, he's going to a party. It's just so fucking jumbled to even think about. So he goes to a party, he gets high, the mom forces him to take the weird clicking daughter. She eats walnut chocolate cake. Which, you know what, speaking of that chocolate cake, there's no way in fucking hell. We watch her chop up those walnuts when they get in. First thing that the son does is go up to the cute girl from class, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then say, hey, I got this weed, it's really good. Which quote from the movie, that's exactly what this fucker says in this movie. You know, and then just implied, like, do you want to smoke it? And she's just like, sure, free weed. And they walk off, and he says, at that time, this has all been one sequence. He says, Charlie, the name of the girl, go check out that cake, because you have this weird fucking thing for chocolate, which never gets explained. Like, you feel like that's going to be a thing, and it's not a thing. And so she's just like, I don't want to eat it, but I'm going to eat it anyway. Eats it. When did they finish baking that cake?
Yeah, that was like a 5-minute cake.
Yeah.
They put it in the microwave. Cook it.
Fucking, like, they have, like, an easy bake oven in a giant
That was like
easy
a lot
bake.
of walnuts too.
Yeah. Who puts it? That cake wasn't that big.
Yeah.
Oh
Nope.
my god. So then as they're driving home, fucking the girl is having Charlie's having an allergic reaction. She sticks her head out the window. Brother swerves to dodge like a dead deer that's inexplicably in the middle of the road, and her head gets cut clean off by a telephone pole. And then we deal that takes what, 20 minutes?
25. Yeah,
25 minutes. We spend the next 20 minutes sitting here dealing with this family drama of, I hate you, son, said the mom, because you killed my kid, who I'm low-key trying to say I liked better than you. And we deal with that for way too fucking long.
Yeah, especially that the grandmother took care of the kid, it seemed more, which
Yeah.
makes sense in the end.
Right.
But the mother really didn't do too much.
No.
Yeah.
No, she didn't. And it doesn't make any sense why she's freaking the fuck out about this. And the whole time you have the dads just like, I should do something. I should really fucking do something. Maybe I should do something. And then finally when he decides to do something, like proactive, like call the police and Baker act his now crazy as fuck wife.
Yeah, it's too late.
It's too late.
Yeah.
And she burns him alive. With like voodoo-y spell magic shit. She gets burned alive and she gets possessed. To get to this point is like an hour of this movie.
Yeah.
Well, I think even at that point, it's more.
Oh, it's like an hour and a half.
Because it was just like at the end when that, like 20 minutes left, maybe that happened.
This movie has, needless to say, this movie has pacing fucking problems.
Yeah. I feel like it tried the Get Out formula. Because Get Out does
Yeah.
that, but it does it really well.
Right.
And it just didn't work for
But when you
Hereditary.
don't explain this weird
Yeah.
coven nonsense, how can you understand the film?
Right.
Like, it wasn't until the end when she explained everything, and then I was like, okay, I don't understand, like, what those names mean, but okay, like, you had to insert some sort of spirit into a body.
And the last, I think there's 45 minutes left in the movie where you finally get this, like, half-assed data dump of what actually is going on.
Yeah.
And it doesn't come to you in the form of, like, this horrible, evil person explaining what they're doing or some flashback or anything. It's a quick shot of a highlighted section in some weird-ass goddamn book, and then an underlined section below that. Which makes me kind of go, like, what was her note-taking theory here? Because, like, she has a highlighter at the beginning of this page, and then she decided to underline it at the end. Like, what the fuck? This is lazy as shit. It's like later somebody said, maybe we should highlight that part so that the audience knows what's actually going on. When you don't have that much time to fucking read it. I think I skimmed it. You have, like, what was it? Like, Paimon or whatever fucking Digimon-sounding name is this demon man had?
Demon or Hell King or something.
Yeah, Hell King, whatever.
Oh, and real quick, what the hell was the point of the obituary at the beginning?
Oh my god.
That did not do anything.
So much of this movie didn't do anything.
Yeah, what was the part of that? I don't get it.
I don't even fucking know.
Yeah.
I just know that they sat on that obituary. They gave you more time to read that obituary that did nothing.
Yeah.
Than to read that fucking book page that told you the whole point of the fucking movie. Which again...
Honestly, I feel like the grandma should have come back or something.
Yeah, with the grandma, that would have been a little
better. Like Queen whatever her name was. I was like...
Lee.
Yeah, Queen Lee. What the fuck? That's just shit. It's like they hung it. So clearly that picture. At the end of the movie, you get this picture of the grandmother in her like ceremonial robes or whatever the fuck it is, and she has printed above the picture Queen Lee. Like that's her name, which we've never heard the grandmother's name. I think maybe the obituary maybe.
The obituary had it, but still.
But that was like 2 hours ago at that point.
Yeah.
Clearly this picture, one of these people brought that picture into the treehouse and hung it up because no one ever saw this and other people were in that house with the daughter. Also, can we take a second to talk about all the people at the end of this movie and how at least 70% of them are stark naked people over the age of 55?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was weird as fuck. That was like you have 20 people where you said, hey, we want some of you to be naked if it's okay. And then like half of them were like, no. And the other half were like, sure, man, I'll be naked. I'll sit there and let my dick swing on you. You want me to bow down? You need me to spread it all when I'm bowing down? You know, I'm in this to win it. I'm in for this movie. 100%. It was just like, why are we looking at this? Why the fuck is this happening? And all the old naked people who, like, wave at him. And
yeah. That was weird, too.
That was so fucking weird. It was just like, hey there. What was the son's name?
Peter.
They're like, hey, Peter. And he's like, fuck! And jumps out the window and dies. Yeah. And then is reborn as Paimon or whatever. But turns out, plot twist... Question mark? Charlie was Paimon the whole time, and she was weird as fuck because she's a hell demon who's also...
I don't know. Maybe they were planning on having her killed, or maybe they weren't.
Oh, you think
that's
it was
the thing
all...
I'm trying to wrap my head around is like, was this an accident? Like he killed her by accident, and then they were like, shit. We gotta figure something out.
Well, no, but that makes sense because the book that you barely get any time to read straight up says Paimon will only work in a dude body because Paimon's a dude. And then later they say, we fixed your problem, Paimon, by how we fucked up and for some reason didn't finish that page and put you in a girl body.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I realize that now. Because remember, like, they cut off all communication
with the grandma.
With the first kid, and then they did with the second kid. So I guess she was like, oh, we'll put it in the second kid, and then it didn't work. But you're right, Amber. This entire thing hinges on the brother accidentally killing the sister. Unless they put that fucking deer in the road. Yeah. But even then, how would they know that he has to go to the hospital at that time, at that party? Unless one of these motherfuckers, which none of them were, because everybody at that party was like 18 and under.
Yeah, but they could have been standing naked in the woods watching.
They didn't make that cake.
No, but they could have just saw it. And they're like, wait, she ate cake with peanuts. Now he's going to have to get her to the hospital. Then we'll pull the deer of the world.
Go for code deer. Go for code deer. What if one of them like walked up to this girl, the girl who was cutting the ones, and was like stark naked and just yelled like, "Maybe you should put nuts in that cake tonight." And she was like, "What the fuck? This naked homeless guy yelled at me." Maybe nuts would be a good idea. Maybe he wasn't wrong.
Everyone likes walnuts.
No, everyone's fine with walnuts. No one could possibly be allergic. None of my friends are allergic. I would have known. And then like, oh, fucking plot twist.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just that whole movie centers around that fucking one scene. Oh my god. Oh Jesus, I don't understand. I'd be curious to know how much movie, like Amber, you said that this movie was like a box office hit.
Yeah. Compared to what else came out? Ocean's
7,
8.
Ocean's
whatever.
8, and some other scary movie that escapes me. So it was between those three, basically.
Oh, so it wasn't like a hard fight for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, jeez.
But the score is just really...
Yeah, that's over the
that
top.
bugs me.
Yeah.
Because it's not a good film at all.
No. And I think it's because, like, and we were talking about this, go listen to the commentary for Hereditary, by the way. You'll get some fun shit going through that movie. A lot of groans, a lot of sighs, and a lot of jokes.
Yeah.
But, holy shit, so, like, they had to have watched this. One of the things we were talking about in that was this had to be, at some level, like, a family drama. It would have been better if it was. None of this supernatural shit. It just feels like the supernatural shit comes in so late in the movie that it's like, hey, we're going to take your supernatural script, or your, family drama script, and we're going to make it scary, and we're going to release it when, scary movies are going to come out. It was just fucking dumb. This movie is terrible. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's 2 hours and change of my life gone.
Yeah, really. I mean, it didn't need to be that. It straight up could have been, what was it, 30 minutes? I think it was 30 minutes at the end of the movie that actually amounted to anything.
It could have been definitely 90 minutes long.
Oh, for sure. This
Yeah.
movie could have easily been a 90-minute movie, and it wouldn't have lost anything. In fact, it probably would have been better. I mean, it's just not... I don't even fucking know. It's not a good movie. It's so... Oh, my God. I just don't...
Yeah, it's tough to even talk about at this point.
It is. So, we obviously hated this fucking movie. Just the worst thing in the world. But I have just brought up here a few random 5-star reviews. Haven't read them yet. So, let's see what other people who really fucking liked this movie thought. So, here we have... Oh, jeez. We have Charles. Oh, no, we're not reading fucking Charles. That's a fucking essay.
Oh, Jesus.
Let's check out Kayla, whose subject is, like, that weird, wonky, like, raw face? I don't know, it doesn't have words. Okay, what to write. So, this is going to be difficult to explain. You're goddamn right, Kayla. I am a horror movie aficionado, alright? I'm no stranger to movies that are gory, bloody, contain pop-up scares, push the limits, etc. But this movie didn't push the limit. It said, screw the limit, and jumped over the edge. The movie is great. Don't get me wrong. It's just that. Okay, look. It's not often that I watch a movie that leaves me completely stunned and left having a hard time coming up with words to talk about it. That's really fucking clear by this review. This movie shook me to my core. Can I just leave it at that? She doesn't, by the way. She doesn't. It's been over a week now, and I'm just not ready to talk about it. I'm glad we purchased this movie outright because I will watch it again and again. Fuck.
Yeah, I got nothing for you.
Sorry, everyone. My eyes are just rolling right now, but can't see that.
God, Kayla, that is... Oh, man. Oh, man. So we'll do one more.
These people's standards are low. Sorry.
Oh, they
No,
are.
that's okay.
From Anonymous, who just had to shorten it, be cool, and call himself Anon. Title: A Perfect Movie. 5 stars.
Go jump.
Get ready to say that again. This Kubrick level filmmaking.
Oh my god. Nowhere near.
Oh, not
Did
only
they say Kubrick?
they said Kubrick level filmmaking. Not only The Shining, but also 2001 in terms of length and scope. Watch it on a very large TV, but with the lights out and the sound turned up. It's 2 hours and 7 minutes long, but try to make it through in one sitting. No potty breaks. You will likely be confused through most of it, if not all,
Agreed.
of the movie. But don't worry about it. Just pay attention and try to absorb everything. When the movie has ended, you'll have time to put the pieces together. You'll only have one chance to see this movie for the first time. Don't blow it. If you watch the movie in this fashion, you will likely have a good experience. Otherwise, your results may vary.
Shit don't matter, bud. Shit don't matter.
Dude, Anon, man.
Even with the lights off and a bigger TV.
Oh, we could have had a 70 inch. We could have still watched it in 4K. We could have closed the
still would have been
blinds.
complete shit.
It could have been thundering outside. This
The
movie
mood could have
was
been right.
garbage.
It's just, yeah.
Garbage. And no, Anon person, you're not going to be too confused. If you're going to be too confused, it's because you can't read fast enough to actually get what they're trying to tell you, and then you watch the rest of the movie. They do another data dump in the very last fucking scene of this movie, where they go, "Hey, Charlie, spirit in Peter's body, we fixed the problem. You're actually Paimon. Blah, 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 blah. Here's some more fucking data dump shit. Oh, goodbye, movie's over. And we're listening to some classic tune over the credits." I can't believe people gave this movie 5 stars.
Not to mention, I know the seance sheet probably had some weird words on it, which were probably on the walls of the bedrooms. But you would
assume.
never been able to see that because you don't see the sheet.
Never.
So that's one
Yeah.
thing that they tried to give a hint as, but it was not a good hint.
You don't even see the sheet, and they never read the sheet
Yeah.
out loud.
Exactly. Yeah. So that was just horribly done. The only thing that you could have led with is that the necklace that the grandmother wore, that the daughter wore, had the symbol on it, and that was totally it.
And you know what you should be doing? The entire movie, that symbol needs to be everywhere. It's in maybe like 3 places.
Yeah.
It's in the beginning funeral, it's on the grandmother's neck, and it's on the mother's neck, and then I think when they go to when Charlie dies or near it, they pass the telephone pole that has the cut. It has it carved
symbol on
into
it, yeah.
it. And it's just like, oh, that's creepy, and then you spend another hour and a half not doing anything with that, and you kind of forget that. This movie presents you with so much. With I said it during commentary, so go to give it a listen. 3 times. It's 3 different fucking horror movies. It's like you have Poltergeist, and then you have this creepy, like, possession, like Exorcist. You have Exorcist, Poltergeist, and then you have sort of like a psychological drama of just like a mother breaking down over the loss of her mother and her kid within the same week.
Oh yeah. By the way, in that trailer, the person that said it's this generation's Exorcist. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, quit your job and
Yeah.
never write a review for a movie again.
Yeah.
A horrible comparison.
Oh my
Like,
Fucking
who
horrible.
paid you to say that?
Yeah, you know why it's this generation's Exorcist? Because you just kind of copied a lot of beats from The Exorcist,
Yeah.
and it happened to come out in 2018. This movie is bad. But you know what? We're going to take a minute to try to make it better. So, we all absolutely hated this movie. A couple people seem to really like this movie and compare it to movies that are genuinely good. And you know what? It's okay to like bad movies If you like this movie, that's cool.
Yeah, everyone has their own opinion.
Everyone has
It's all right.
opinions.
Free country.
We hated it. Collectively hated this movie. But if you like it, this ain't against you, man. This is all... You can like what you want. But what we're going to do now is we're going to take a minute and we're going to see if we could have come up with a better ending for this movie. So, starting with you, Amber, if you could change the ending of this movie, don't change anything else that happens in the beginning or anything like that. If you could change the ending of this movie, what would it be?
Oh boy. I think... I don't know how to make the ending better. I really don't with the way things were in the beginning. Like, you'd have to change the entire movie just for it to make sense. But I definitely think, at least in the ending, they could have had the son say something after he was possessed, because he kind of just stood there like he was a vegetable.
Yeah.
To be honest. And I was just kind of like, did it really work, or did you just flunk this again?
Also, so they say Charlie is Paimon.
Yeah,
right?
so...
does he just act like that? Is that him? He's just...
Could be.
Is that
Could
this
be,
dude?
yeah, because maybe it wasn't Charlie at all. It was Paimon.
the whole
That's what's
time.
implied,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But then they fucked up, and like they were like, "Oh wait, it's supposed to be in a male body, so."
So let's move this. Let's move Charlie's soul,
to
aka
Peter.
aka Paimon, into Peter. So it just kind of becomes like Peter just now has Charlie's soul. We already saw who she was. She was just kind of like a creepy girl who clicks a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's theoretically Paimon. So this horrible demon from the abyss is just a creepy girl that clicks a lot.
Yeah.
That likes chocolate.
That likes chocolate a lot. I wish they explained it. I wish they said something like she's flipping through the book and it's just like, you know, he likes sweet things or likes chocolate.
Yeah,
She's,
there was
like,
no
There's
description.
nothing.
or
There's
just some like,
Or he's gluttonous or something.
Yes.
Yeah. Just something that
just
would be
like fling gold coins out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't get it because like she's eating chocolate and they try to make a point out of this, and it seems like the only point is that she likes chocolate and this cake is going to ultimately
Yeah.
kill her. In which case, rewrite your
Would've
fucking
been-
movie and just make her get hurt or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, or just have her hurt people.
Yeah. Have her, you know what? Better movie. Have her be, which isn't hard to do, be Paimon trying to take Peter's body. So she keeps killing people, hunting him down to try to get him, and it's mom convincing dad to come save Peter, and they gotta get him out. Also, make Peter like 5 years old, and you got yourself a fucking horror movie.
I feel like that's been done before.
I'm sure. But you know what? I bet you whatever it was done in was better than this.
Yeah.
Like, make it... Yeah, the Peter's 5, and the Charlie's just chasing after him to fucking
Yeah.
hunt him down. Anyway, okay. Solid. Patrick, can't change the rest of the movie. You can
Can't
only
change the rest of the
end.
movie. Are we going back basically to the last scene or something?
Yeah, let's go from...
When did it start getting?
Let's say like data dump of what's happening. So like when she reads the books and she finds all the pictures. After that, forward.
After that, forward.
Yeah.
They burn the whole house down. Just burn it.
Yeah.
Just burn it, and then they try to get away, and it goes like 5 years in the future, and the group has come back after him again, with all the naked people coming out of the woods. Give a little comedy touch on there. And even though, but it's still, he still can't get away, so he gets into the body, and then it just pans back, and it's actually just a model that the mom's working on, and she's created this whole story in her head about it. That's all her thoughts.
I want that ending.
Yeah, that's
I
all her
want that
thoughts,
shit.
and it's like she's telling this to the gallery person in New York City as she's explaining why she has a story and what it's about, and the gallery person's like, "Whoa, you need fucking help.
Oh no, the gallery person like that's an amazing horror story.
Let's make a movie."
Exactly. Even
Yeah.
goes so far to be this stupid meta joke where he's like, "This should be a movie,"
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
audience goes, "No, it shouldn't."
But I don't know. It's just.
Oh my god.
And another question: why is the grandmother's heads off and
Yeah.
the mother's head off? Why?
Why
What
is
purpose?
anyone's head off?
Yeah. what purpose does that serve? There's nothing that
No.
Hereditary.
That's about the most hereditary part of this
Yeah,
whole fucking
yeah.
movie. Is the fact that
Everyone's heads off.
all the women characters' heads fall off.
Yeah.
It's like, who gives a shit?
Thomas, what do you got?
Okay. So from that point on, I would say that... Okay, you know what I would say? And I'm sure this has been done. But you know what? It's been done because it works. The dad fucking realizes this isn't, like, craziness. That he's just like, oh shit. This is on some level, legit supernatural shit's happening. I gotta stop this. And so he has the book that she burns that roasts him. And he's like, we gotta find a way to destroy this. And he's running away with the book. He wakes up his son, and his son's like, Dad, what the fuck are you doing? What's going on? He's like, just come with me. We have to get out. And they're running away from the mom. It's kind of like The Haunting of Hill House. That's what's reminding me of. It's like they're running away. Spoilers for Haunting of Hill House is like they're running away from the mom. And like, he gets the kid together, and he's like, gotta get out of here. And the mom's all like, zombified, spirit possessed, whatever, crawling on the walls and shit, chasing after him. And then he opens the door to get out, and you have... Oh, you know what? They're both in the attic. They hide up in the attic like the son ultimately does. And they both jump out the window. And the dad hits the ground and, like, breaks his leg. Son's all right because he kind of landed on top of him. And he's like, you gotta go. And he's like, Dad, I'm not going to leave you. And he's like, no, here. Gives him the keys to the other car, right? And the son starts hauling ass because outside's all these naked people with torches. And the dad, he's like trying to drag his dad, and his dad's just like, go. Mom jumps out the window, like, snaps dad's neck or some crazy hardcore shit. The son's like, fuck. Runs away, gets in the car. And, I mean, he's mowing down naked people with the car as he's driving out. And just, like, he gets away. And then, honestly, I want that to phase into your ending, Patrick, where he gets away. And, like, 15 years later, he's, like, has his own family and everything's cool. And then instead the naked people come to get him. And he's like, you're not going to get me, cocks a fucking gun, ready to blow these fuckers away. Because he's prepared, right? He's pulling a Sarah Connor and T2. And he's like, I'm fucking prepared for you, bitch. And then they, like, shoot him. And he's on the ground and he's, like, dying. Because he thinks, oh, they're not going to kill me. They need me. And he's like, what the fuck? And then they just take his, like, young son's hand and walk him to the tree house that he built his son. They take him up there. You see some lights flash. And then... it kind of goes back to Peter dying on the ground, and he just dies. Yeah. End of movie, roll credits.
I don't know if he built a treehouse for his kid after.
Maybe not. Maybe like a little club or house or something like something out there, or like a shed. I don't know, just something. Point is,
that's pretty good.
Give me that ambiguity. This movie, like, I know that sometimes I want movies to explain, horror movies specifically, to explain a little bit more at the end. But this was a movie that, like, the whole tone of it, at the end of this movie, we should not have known what happens next. We really should have been like, they took Peter, and then they should have just said, like, welcome to Earth, or whatever, King Paimon. Yeah. And then he just kind of, like, looks directly... He's just like, let's raise hell, and then Kickstart My Heart by Motley Crue starts playing as the credits roll. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, I think, like, it would just be him looking at, like, directly at the camera, maybe give, like, a little half-assed grin, and then, like, boom, roll credits. And it's just, I don't know what you were trying to do with this movie. Yeah. But there it was. Oh my god. Wow.
Sequel, they raise hell, but then the actual devil or one of his prince sons comes up to battle him because he's like, I want to reign over Earth.
I would watch.
And it turns into like Little Nicky.
Maybe I won't watch this. This is just a prequel to Little Nicky. That would be the fucking worst thing. If there's one thing you could probably make this movie worse with, it's make it a prequel to Little Nicky. Jesus. Yeah, I mean, this movie's clearly trying to kind of hop on that, like, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina Netflix show train.
Yeah.
I don't know if this was out before it or during it or what.
I think it was during the first season.
I mean,
Maybe.
it just...
Or right
it's
before,
2018
but still.
sometime, so I don't know. It would have been, like, around.
Yeah, it was about.
I just... Oh, God.
And I think because they did so well with The Witch, which is produced by the
Right.
same production company,
Yeah.
like, I think they were just like, let's just ride this train. And, like, you know.
But, I mean, it's like... They even advertise it like, oh, from the same producers of The Witch and Glass. And I'm like, well, Glass didn't do that well
Split.
either. Split.
Yeah.
Oh, they did Split? Oh, okay. I heard Split didn't do as well either. It was creepy and better, but, like...
Yeah,
I didn't
but The
watch
Witch
it.
did,
I don't
like,
know.
a little bit better, I guess, but it was still kind of like the typical,
Yeah.
folklore.
Well... If we had to give this movie a rating out of 10, guys, let's hear it. I mean, we're doing it every single one of these, so we might as well. Amber, what you got?
This is a 3, no, not even 3. It's a 2 out of 10. It was really hard to watch,
Mm-hmm.
and it just felt like I was waiting for something to happen, and it never did.
That's a good point.
So, that's my
Patrick?
score.
Give it 1.8, and just because I think Toni Collette did a pretty good job of acting like a psycho.
She did. She did a very good job.
Yeah.
She did.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd give it... I think I'd just give it a 1. I mean, I'm giving it a 1 because rule of thumb, like, 0. You can't click 0 on a screen, so we can't give it 0. But I'd give it a 1. I mean, Toni Collette was great, but it was like she was acting so hard for a part and for a movie that just didn't do it justice, and it just came off like you're doing a lot of work and you know, there's no point in it. It wasn't good. I wasn't entertained. The worst part was I wasn't quite confused. I was just really bored.
Yeah.
There was nothing that happened in this movie where I went, wait, I need to know what's going on. I was just
Exactly.
like, oh, they're getting possessed or some shit. I mean, there's not much more that needs to be said.
Yeah.
Would anyone suggest this movie, even as like a goofy watch with your friends kind of
No, don't watch it.
Don't
No,
watch it.
neither
It's
would
not,
I.
It's not worth your time. It's not
Nope.
worth the waste of your life.
No, there are
Go
better.
outside, play with a ball.
Love your family. Call your mother, call your father.
Yeah.
If you don't, you know, I'm sorry if you don't have either of those anymore. Call your siblings if you
Do
got them. Call your
something else that's
friends.
worth-
Just go out and spread some love. Not like
Yeah.
this fucking hate movie. I don't even think, and I mean, there's so much better, even better, like, shitty movies to watch. I mean, Wrath of Khan is, like, an example of, like, this movie where it's, like, really boring, but if you were with the right people, you're making fun of it, you know, or you're a fan, or you're with a bunch of fans of the movie, like, cool.
Yeah.
This just, like, there's no, this is fucking nuts. I mean, unless you're watching it with Anon from Amazon, like,
Yeah.
who's probably freaking the shit out if he's watching this movie with you, but this movie just... It's not good. It's not good in the background. It's not good to make fun of. I mean, so little happens for the big chunk of this movie that even if you went in going, I'll make fun of that, like we did, you just can't. I mean, it's so fucking hard.
Yeah.
Whoa. Well, everybody, that about does it for Hereditary. A piss poor excuse for a horror movie.
Yeah. Sorry if you guys decide to watch it with our commentary.
No, or not, because you know what? I think we make it a little bit better.
Yeah, I did have a lot of sighs.
I think
so
there's some
apologize
good
for
reactions to that movie.
Yeah.
If you guys get the chance, speaking of commentaries, feel free to check out our commentaries for this and other movies on our website and follow us on social media wherever we are. Please give us a good rating on, iTunes or wherever you happen to listen to your podcast, Google Play, wherever they let you rate it.
Thumbs up, please.
Thumbs up that shit all day, unlike this fucking movie. And maybe give us a good subscribe. You know, check out our content, and we hope you enjoyed this, and we hope you enjoy our other episodes. So next time, we're doing another sort of special deal. So I'm going to be kind of gone for a little while, so I'm actually going to be in a really sad position where I am going to unfortunately miss this movie, but Patrick and Amber are going to go see it, and we're going to talk about it. Next time we release an episode, it's going to be Avengers Endgame.
Yep, we're going to see if that little meme of Ant-Man going up Thanos' butt to kill him You take the Infinity Stones, it's true.
Rule number 1, unless that movie's ending absolutely sucks, no adding that as your preferred ending. And I will make sure I don't either. So I'm going to be the guinea pig of this movie. I don't get to see Endgame when all of you do. I'm going to block myself off from the world of spoilers. I'm going to let these two go see it. Give me the rundown up until the climax. We're going to go see it eventually, and you guys will get a nice episode. Sadly, there will not be a commentary for Endgame because we respect the theater and we do not want to annoy other people with our jokes and laughs, especially a movie like this. I mean, that's just kind of shitty. Also, on top of that, I don't think we'd be able to record in a movie theater anyway, so it would kind of work. Otherwise, you might get John Wick episode quality recordings, and I don't think anybody wants that, especially with us whispering the entire time. So, don't watch Hereditary. It was pretty bad. Unless you like it, then enjoy it.
But you're wrong.
All right. So, thanks for listening, everybody. I'm Thomas.
I'm Amber.
And I'm Patrick.
And I don't have a tagline for this one because Hereditary was that bad.
Maybe just...
Yep, have a
Have a
day.
good day.